Welcome to the Office Event Summary Reports. In this training video, we're going to discuss how the Office Event Summary Reports work, specifically the User Daily Office Event Summary. So these 5 reports are basically ways you can run reports off your Office events based on different date ranges or business types, or obviously what type of event you want to run the report off of. So to get to this page, from your home page, there's an Office Event Summary hyperlink. You can just left click, that'll shoot you right into the page. Another way to get there is if you're inside of an Office event. So if I click on Lobby, and over here on the right, I have Office Event Summary. I left click, that shoots me into the page, and it pre-selects the Office Event Lobby because I was in the Office Event Lobby at the time. So up here in this shaded blue area, these are the different filtering of how we can run these reports. So the first one, Office Event, which now I have Lobby selected. If I want to have more than one event at a time, I can hold the Control key on my keyboard, and I have 2. And so then you see now I have 2 different statuses displaying Tax Prep and Lobby. The filter over here, Site West Saginaw, I could select any site. Business type, again, select any business type for these particular office events, and then the date range is defaulting to today's date. So the best way to explain how this will work is to give you some data. So I'm going to change my date range, and this date range, the from and to date, these are the start dates of the office event. So inside the client file in the office event section, there's a column for dates and times, and there are start dates. So it's basically the date that that event began. So whenever that date was opened would be the start date. So I'm going to go to February 6th is a good date. We have data, and I'm going to do it for just one day. If I did it for the whole year, it would be a lot of data, and I'm not sure if it could handle it. So the 6th, then I hit apply, and that'll calculate it. Now if I want to hit clear, that'll wipe this out and put me back to today's date. So from here, I think I have multiple. I'm just going to select for tax preparation. So now we're filtering down here. So now we have the user. This is the event user. Typically, it's the person that created that office event. Now that event user can be overridden inside the office event section, and I'll refer you to that for more information. So here we have Eric, who happens to be the tax preparer too, based on how our workflow works. So he had 17. All right, typically that's probably 17 clients he did, but he could have had, if a client came in twice, then he might have multiple tax prep events. So in that case, 17 here, the actual hours, how much time was spent, basically how long that office event was open. If we had budgeted hours, which we're not using in our office, but you could set that up, that would be in the office event section under the billable column. And then here, the billable hours, I've said anything related to tax preparation is billable. So that's how I have something here in my billable column. And then my average hours. So in this case, takes Eric approximately 18 minutes per return. So that's pretty quick. If you go down, you can see these are all my preparers. Come down here to Mark. I had 6, which probably didn't do them all day. But anyway, my speed is not quite as quick as Eric's. I'm at, 6 here. I'm at 43 minutes per return. Okay, but from here, I can actually select, say I select on my name, that's going to open up another table, table 2, under Daily Office Event Summary. This is going to be giving more detail as to what, of those 6, who were they? So here's the 6 clients I worked on. I can see exactly how much time each client I worked on it. Again, I may budgeted my billable hours, and my variance would be the difference between the two. But here I can actually see what kind of returns they were. So if I was actually working on harder returns, say business returns, it would display here as maybe 1120, 1065, and then my difficulty. So yeah, Eric might be knocking them out at 18 minutes per return, but maybe he has a list of all 1-star returns, which means they're very simple. And then the current status here, so in this case, they're all complete. So if I were to look at Eric, let's just see what kind of returns Eric did. As you see, he doesn't have as many difficult returns as I do. And then he had 1 person that walked on him. So this gives you a good idea of what's going on per day for your tax preparers. Again, these office events summary reports can be used various ways. It all depends on how you're using your office events. And I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Here's a chart, nice little chart that shows a breakout of basically how many returns each preparer is doing. Down here, hourly office event summary. It's going to be break them out per hour, how many went into tax prep. And again, I can even click on here and get another detailed table of who the person actually is. Scroll down further. This table here, the summary report, this would be if I have any open office events. So in this case, I don't have any open office events for the office event tax prep, so it's 0. This is going to give me my client daily, so this will actually show everybody. So if we did 106, it'll show all 106 sitting here, all the clients, and gives me a breakout of detail on them. Scroll down further. Lastly, my summary report, client billable events versus fees. This is going to, based on the billable amount, how much time I spent in tax prep compared to what my actual fee is, and whether I'm ahead of the game or below the game kind of thing. So in this case, with Francisco, based on the amount of time I spent and what I have for a billing rate, it's $15. I'm charging them $120, so I'm feeling pretty good with our fees right now based on the amount of time. Now, this is just the amount of time the tax preparer spent with them, and obviously, you know, there's more to it than just preparing a tax return to get this return filed and the refund to the client. But this gives you a good idea if your fees are in order with your billable amount. So these are the 5 reports. Kind of give you more detail here on the daily office event summary, but just wanted to give you an overview of how they work. For more information, you can visit our website at adammanager.com. Thank you.